Sometimes, when I make a great effort, I can remember her scent, the sweetness of her breath. Serena.
Welcome everyone to Horror with Heidi. I'm Heidi and this is Serena. And Serena is missing, or she's not here at least.
Serena? Why can't I see you more clearly? Why can't I even remember? This was taken on that crisp winter night at our mutual friend's hunting lodge. We came back indoors, laughing, giddy as teenagers. It was truly like an enchanted time, like we were in a magic circle where no sorrow or pain could touch us.
So we are in the home of Serena and her husband, and as you can see we're playing as Serena's husband. And it seems like we are simultaneously kind of taking a stroll down memory lane, as well as looking for clues on where she possibly is. So she's not here. She's possibly a missing person. She could possibly not be alive anymore.
I still can't understand. Even the features of her face feel hazy and distant, like remnants of a broken dream. Serena enjoyed spice in our life. I preferred it more bland. We were so different on some points.
Would you pass me the pepper? You know, you should use it too. It's good for the pressure.
I can't help these random associations. It's always been that way. I look at a pepper shaker and think of a Beatles song.
That song is Sgt. Pepper.
You always put too much salt in, dear. Think about your pressure.
Think about your pressure.
She always worried about my diet. I used to think she did it to annoy me, but now...
It's true, salt's not the best for you.
The furniture came with the cabin. Considering how off the beaten path this place is, that helped make up our mind. Sometimes she would brush her leg against mine under the table when we were eating. A curious, sensual thrill. It's just a pepper shaker, really. The table is worn but sturdy, just like our relationship was. Or is. I just don't know anymore.
Yeah, so we don't know if she's missing or if she's, like, totally gone. It's strange. This is their home, but it looks, like, kind of dilapidated. Like, it looks like nobody lives here, kind of. Like, it's very old and not kept up.
This one wobbles. I always meant to do something about that, but somehow never got around to it. Sharing meals with a good red wine was one of the great pleasures in our relationship, especially in the intimacy of this cabin.
So far, he's talking about all the good times. It seems like they had, like, a nice, like, sturdy relationship. It's hard to say how long they've been together for, but maybe they'll tell us more.
I should probably eat. Can't remember the last time I ate. Yet I don't feel hungry.
I think that's all we can investigate over there.
I have more pressing things on my mind right now than culinary exploits.
Alright, bookcase?
So much wisdom and happiness in this bookcase. My life would have been much poorer without all this. The smell of old books is intoxicating. What happens to wood pulp as it ages gives it that distinctive vanilla smell. I loved it when we took down one of my favorites and curled up on the bed to read together as the wind howled outside on cold winter nights.
Oh, good, it let me out. The first time I tried to play this game, I got stuck in this bookcase. I couldn't figure out how to pan out of it. I'm glad it finally let me.
Most of the books are mine, but all of hers are still here too. A lot of rarities and special editions here.
Okay, so there's nothing super important about the books, it seems.
So many afternoons spent in this armchair.
Come sit with me. I want to talk. And cuddle.
What did we talk about? Damn this fallible memory of mine.
See, it almost seems like he's possibly dead too.
The most comfortable spot in the cabin. Well, along with the bed, of course.
Because he's having issues with memory. And he said he can't remember last time he eat, but he's not hungry. The cabin looks like almost like it's abandoned. This is weird. I don't know what this painting is. It looks super creepy.
This window never got much attention. Then again, the view isn't nearly as spectacular. Priorities, right?
You can't really see outside the window. The door.
No, I don't want to leave right now. There's still something for me in here.
True friends stand by each other through any adversity. That seems strange to have that by the front door. Usually it's something to do with welcoming people in your house by the front door. Can we open this chest?
Something draws me to this trunk. Is it the memories locked within? Or something else?
Can we open it and find out?
We use this trunk to store trinkets and papers, but I can't help thinking there's something of importance inside.
Open it.
It's too painful. I want to, but not yet.
Oh, later then? Come, love, with peace in your heart, said Niam of the ice blue eyes. Ride with me, shed your mortal guise. Here is our mount, a snow-white mare. Come, Oisin, to my gardens fair. In the land of youth, ply your art. Ours shall be a cycle of days.
Somewhere in here, in our private refuge, there must be something that reminds me of her.
Ours shall be the cycle of days, our sun and sky, and rainbow ways. Alright, let's go into this room.
She made this with her own hands. She was really good.
I wish I could make stuff like that. I'm not very crafty.
I miss her so much. How is it possible that I can't remember her face? Quite a large armoire for our admittedly Spartan needs. She uses most of it. We all have our skeletons in the closet, but not Serena. She was perfect.
Yeah, this all seems very peculiar.
She used to keep magazines, paperback novels, usual stuff on these nightstands when we were staying here.
Oh!
She is fairly religious. Not me. I'm the cold and cynical bastard. But I don't remember that ever being an issue between us.
Oh, that's nice.
She adored all things of nature. I remember her long walks out in the woods. For some reason, light bulbs wouldn't last long in this lamp. I never looked into it.
Interesting.
Our refuge from the world. A place of warmth and passion. Sometimes we joked we needed to be so far out in the woods because that's how our sex life was. Far out.
I didn't need to know that, but thank you.
It's a beautiful day. though there's an unnatural calm surrounding the area. There's a strand of blonde hair in the comb.
Oh, now we know something about what she looks like.
Yes, blonde hair like sun rays. I'm remembering. Hers. I used it too, when shaving. There's only an outhouse, and for some reason, whoever erected the rickety thing didn't think to include wall-to-wall mirrors. So, this came in handy. What's wrong with my memory? Did I have a stroke?
Are you a ghost? I think he's a ghost.
They prevent my blood pressure from skyrocketing. Doctor's orders. And Serena's.
Serena's orders! Take your blood pressure pill. Oh, he really shouldn't be eating salt then. That's terrible if you have a heart condition.
These keys are for the cabin and the car. If the keys are here, does she have her spare? Comme une évidence, Serena's favorite perfume.
So we still don't know. We know more about her personality, more so than what she looks like so far. She has blonde hair. She practiced religion. She liked nature.
The clock is a trophy from our flea market adventures. Chalk this particular purchase up to every cabin needs one.
Well, you do need a clock.
The ticking begins to feel homey after a while. The first night was a nightmare, though.
Yeah, you get used to that pretty quickly, though.
Unlike its sibling, this lamp would last for months.
That's
We
weird.
brought the lamps with us when we got this place all those years ago. They were from a garage sale.
So I feel like I've inspected everything in the house, so I wonder now if we just revisit things. Like this trunk here. I'm gonna go back and see the trunk.
We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years. Big enough for a lifetime of mementos. We hated guns, so we never had any, even out here. But this would have been a good place to keep one, since it can be locked. We found this trunk at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years.
Oh, I didn't look at this painting. It's 3 kids in a bath. There's no explanation behind these paintings. Like, without context, they look really weird.
Our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
You said it was broken, though. You had to fix the wobbliness. Oh, that we looked at. Okay.
The stove looks like something from World War I.
A little bit.
Considering how basic and ancient the kitchen is, it's a wonder what we managed to do with it from time to time. Well, she mostly.
Most of this cabin looks like it's from World War I, honestly. There's no electronics. Lots of books. Who knows what their, like, heating and electrical system looks like. It's probably super old. Yeah, I wish they would say something about these paintings. The fact that they have no contest makes me even more curious about them.
It's been so long since I said her name out loud. I think that's the moment I fell in love with her, when she told me the soothing sound of her name.
So glad to meet you. My name is Serena.
I'm not sure why, but I don't feel like opening it. The sole thought of it drains what little energy I have left in me. Maybe later. There's nothing of interest inside the closet anyway.
Good night, love.
She would always bring her reading material like I did. Why are these nightstands so empty? Dust everywhere.
Yeah, this whole place looks unkempt.
2 days, 3 days tops, and bam, a brand new light bulb would burn out. The furniture came with the cabin, but the bedclothes we brought with us. A place like this needs some luxury, but without her...
He refers to sheets and blankets as bedclothes. I've never heard that before.
There are no monsters under the bed. I guess they're all in my head. I feel too restless to sleep right now. I don't sleep well without Serena next to me. Both a blessing and a curse, I suppose.
Oh, that's sad.
Time never mattered much to us while we were hiding from the rest of the world here. The clock has always been rather autonomous. No matter how many times we've wound... Actually, I think it might have gone out of sync. Again. I've always loved the hazy afternoon shades of this place. It's deep into summer, so there's a few hours left until it gets dark. The sunlight is so bright here. In other circumstances, this would have been the perfect afternoon for us.
Oh, I didn't check in here before.
Dearest, how do I say any of this? I like your way with words, but if I don't write this, I don't know what I'll do. My life feels so unreal now, dreamlike, but wonderfully so. Let me try, even if clumsily. The hours I spent with you when we last met are precious to me. I was so lost such a short time ago. Everything seemed drained of color and feeling. I think we were meant to find each other, to bring meaning to our lives again, make sense of the confusion shrouding both of us. When we stepped into the crystal silence of the snowy woods, away from the chatter of the guests, all nature seemed expectant, as if holding its breath, witnessing a rare moment of something infinitely better than what life in the ordinary run of things has to offer. Do you remember how the light crust of the snow glittered in the reflected light of the country house? How the copse of trees in which we walked was haloed with a magical aura? I felt the chill of the night air, and you opened your coat and enfolded me in your arms, and we hugged tight, sharing the warmth, sharing the only thing any of us have to share on this earth when you think about it.
Wonder when she wrote that.
My heart is racing. I can't help but feel there is something I have to do.
Well, there's a lot you're not doing. You won't open any of the trunks or wardrobes. Oh, this is new too. Oh, it's not letting me inspect anything in here. There's a watch. There's a change purse. And it looks like just clothing underneath it. Let's try this larger one. That's clothing.
Where is she? I'm a casual dresser. No, don't think Serena would approve of me making an even bigger mess of the clothes in here.
You could clean up the clothes in there.
Maybe later. There's nothing of interest inside the closet anyway.
You don't know that. We haven't opened it. This guy is so stubborn. Open the trunk.
Big enough for a lifetime? We hated guns.
Oh,
We
we
found
already
this
said all
trunk
this.
at a flea market. We used to love rummaging around those in our early years.
Can we go outside?
I better stay in case Serena comes back.
Yeah, look at the windows. They're like blackened. There's soot or something all over them.
There's always a chance she might return. I guess it's covered with grease and grime from cooking, mostly. There's probably nothing out there that I want to see, anyway. All the stuff I care about is inside. Well, except for Serena.
Oh, so he's possibly a shut-in? A shut-in that doesn't clean the house. I wonder if it'll let me check down here. Will it let me open this?
Feeling peckish, dear?
The stove looks like something from World War I. I could tell plenty of stories about this table. To be honest, I'm surprised it's our dining table. Quite modest, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. My love.
Oh! Her face is there now.
We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important. The guy who snapped this, our host that night, used an actual film camera. It was a different world back then. My love. We don't have a lot of photos of ourselves as a couple, so this one is quite important.